Alright, obviously this wasn't planned, but I guess I can put in a little quick tutorial bit about how to fly to a spaceport without the aid of an autopilot. So, we'll still need to use the targeting system, so go into your system display thing, and you don't need to be very precise, so just select the planet itself, Bell's World we'll go with. It's very handy if there is an orbital space station, because they're a lot easier to dock at. You don't have to deal with gravity or planets or crashing into giant planets and surfaces and things. So yeah, let's find it. Can't get the autopilot to find it. There we go. Okay, just line it up a bit, and let's take our speed up, our set speed to, let's say, about 5,000 kms. Now, it's a good idea. We've got plenty of fuel, so flying like this can be a bit fuel intensive. So because it's not as efficient, especially if you're going slower. Now let's take our speed up, and you can see. There we go. Now you can see, even though the speed, the set speed is the same, while we're in manual control, it will actually eat fuel just because it's sort of constantly making adjustments to keep us relative. You can, if you're low on fuel in a situation like this, you can set your engines to off and go ballistic, but that obviously isn't a good idea if you need to actually slow down. So let's see, as I'm just adjusting my course there, my thrusters are engaging. Now I'm closing in a little bit slower than an autopilot would. I'm just going to slow us down a bit more, set to about 2,000 kms. You can just about, the text is a bit messed up there, let's take that off, there we go. You can see we're about 2 AU away and closing in relatively fast, so let's slow down again to 1,000 kms. The key to this is just to go slow and take your time so you don't overshoot or indeed crash into the planet or a star like that one there. It's rather close, isn't it? Okay, I'm going to slow down time acceleration here to level 4 and take our speed down a bit more. We're closing in nice and slowly, just generally making little adjustments. Just give myself a little bit of a bit. There we go. You really need to be patient with this. You can also save incrementally as you go. Let's take our speed down a bit more. Let's go to 100 kms. You're very unlikely to actually that's a bit too slow. Let's go to 250. You're very unlikely to actually crash into anything because of this huge distances involved. But your main problem is going to be overshooting. Let's just accelerate a bit more. You can also get a feel for how quickly it takes your actual speed to match up to your set speed, which is a good indicator, and how fast that velocity indicator follows your direction. That's a good indicator of how much control you actually have. Just speed up a bit more. Okay, it's looking good. It's coming up a bit fast, so let's slow down. You can see at level 3 it takes a bit longer for the actual speed to reduce. So let's leave it like that. Now if you're coasting in engine off mode, gravity can take over. So it's a good idea, even if you're maintaining a set speed all the way in, keep it on manual control, because that will keep your relative position locked at the set speed, rather than just allowing gravity to take over. You can even see, slow down a bit. If I turn this back on, there we go, there's the spaceport. Select that from here, and let's take our speed down just to the lowest end of the KMS scale, and keep it going down as we approach. I think I might, there we go. Still got a decent amount of control, and we're closing in. It's not so hard. You just need to, it's actually fun just to do it this way sometimes. You can get a nice view of the systems you're approaching as you go in, rather than just barreling in at maximum speed with the autopilot on. Quite fun, really. I'm going to do an episode later which covers the manual flight and landing and things in the episode about mining, because that's when you'll need to be able to actually do that manually. And it's a good way to get some sightseeing going. It's better than just doing the whole autopilot thing. Well, okay. Let's take it down there. Nearly home. Well, not home, but somewhere. Somehow I can get this autopilot fixed. It'd be an interesting challenge to play this game entirely without the autopilot. Okay, I'm approaching a bit too fast. Let's go into actual speed. Got to avoid these big Lynx bulk carriers as well. Let's just take our speed down as we approach. 20 kilometers away. Yeah, the main thing is just to take it slow. Not rush, because you'll overshoot and use up a lot of fuel. Okay, that says dock other side, doesn't it? So let's take ourselves around. It's amazing, you go from a few AU to just a couple of kilometers just by gradually altering your course as you go. I'm gonna actually stop my velocity here. Oh, fairly close. Let's just, now, you need to request docking clearance manually, so once you've got it selected, you can click the 4 icon there, the phone icon, and request docking clearance. Clearance granted. Proceed to Bay 4. The bay doesn't actually matter, that's internal to the ship, so... One thing that helps in getting things aligned here is if you go into the external view, you can get a look of where your ship is relative to the spaceport. Because we want to get right in front of it, basically. You can see those nice landing lights indicating that you are in fact cleared to enter. Okay, stop again. And we're right in front of it. So let's approach at a few hundred kmh at first. Slow down as we get closer, of course. Now once we get fairly close, our ship will automatically align to the rotation of the spaceport. Let's see. Let's keep it at about 100. There we go. Very rapid alignment. Let's pause, and it's useful to have the external view here because then you can actually see clearly. I'm coming in at a bit of a steep angle here, so I might want to. Oh, it's just yeah, it's a bit weird to control it that way. Okay. Now I'm right in front of it. Okay, it's fine. Let's just go at 50, and we are indeed on course. And we're not touching the sides. Not touching the sides. Here we go. And in we go. Okay. It sort of drags you in pretty fast at the end there. So we did it. Manual docking. And let's just let the docking sequence go through in real time. I never really get to see this. I always zoom right through it. I mean, obviously I've seen it before, but it's just something that I skip all the time because, I've done it so many times. Okay, so we made it. And we can repair our autopilot. Go into the shipyard, repairs and servicing, and repair autopilot. Excellent. Because as fun as that was, it is very convenient having an autopilot. So I'm just going to repair my hull here. Just holding the 4 key, which makes it a bit faster than clicking manually, even though it's still ridiculous. Once I'm done with that, I'll head back to Achenar, get our reward, and get our third and final target. Oh. Fuck. Well, that just happened. As you just saw, oh dear, I have no drive. My drive has failed due to lack of servicing, and all I have now is a bunch of rubbish. Yeah, this can happen if you don't service your ship enough, and let's just jettison all this rubbish. And look at that. Look at the mess. That used to be my drive. Now it's just a bunch of rubbish. I can't even shoot because my internal fuel tank is empty and the lasers are powered by the fuel. So we are actually screwed. There is nothing you can do at this point. So it's a good idea to have a servicing for your drive and equipment fairly regularly. Usually I upgrade my ship frequently enough that I'm actually buying a brand new one, so I don't need to service too much. But I guess that sightseeing trip around the galaxy took its toll on the poor old Viper here. She needs some TLC. So I'm going to reload and get that servicing. I did a stop off in the Ansafer system on my way back to Achenar. This isn't the best place to get a servicing, but I don't think it matters too much. Now we can get just one or the other, but we might as well go for our deluxe service, both of them. So it says here, at least once a year is a wise precaution, and this has been about a year, so let's get a deluxe service. Your equipment can actually fail too, just randomly, if you haven't had the equipment service. But so let's get that, and it costs quite a lot, and I'd rather just spend the money on getting a new ship, but I don't seem to have earned enough yet. Travelling around the galaxy and sightseeing is not very profitable, unlike killing people, so let's get on with that. I'll just hopefully the drive won't explode this time, and I'll cut back to Achenar, where we will get our third target, not kill ourselves in the process.